Well, then we better do a quick update on my team losing this game. Rabbitohs beating the Cowboys 46-18 after a decent start from the Cowboys there. Just falling away, playing no defense. Such a great team after showing a fair bit of promise. Six from 8 games, and then I think done 4 or 5 on the trot now. We've lost, so not so good. But thankfully, a good result from my best pick of the week in Jason Taumalolo with 68 in his 58 minutes. So got a really nice line break for an awesome try. Really good team try there. So 7 tackle breaks. You got 2 tackle breaks in that line break there. So 5 others, which was good. 25 tackles for 2 misses, 188 meters, which is good. A little bit lower than what we'd hoped in the grand scheme of things, but we definitely take his 68 in this week, especially if you're trading him in now at his sort of bottom price. You should see some price rises. Hopefully, he gets up into that sort of 700k territory over the next sort of bunch of weeks there. Alex Johnson was a nice pickup a long time ago. Keeps scoring well. Another 69 with 3 tries to go along with his mate Tane Milne. So he was a half decent cash out option. You don't expect him to score 3 tries and get 64, but at 302k, it's probably safer just to pick up Tafe or Tuff. I think Tuff is how I say it. I've been told. So someone like that who's 80k, 70k cheaper is always usually the better opportunity. But he picked up another extra 30 points to what Blake did there with Tane. So well done. Adam Reynolds 63, so seven goals, no try assist was interesting, but no real negatives across the board apart from 1 error, which is really good. So 63 there for him. Cody Walker had an amazing game, 3 try assists, 5 line break assists was incredible for 49 points in his 68 minutes with the early mark. So again, Reynolds is a better option out of these 2, but I think you guys already know that from what I've been saying going forward. Then we get in some of the lower scores with Robson 48, McLean 47, Sewer 45. Dejan Arce is actually a fairly solid player. Hey, he doesn't seem to do much wrong. Has a decent little kicking game, a couple of good little passes there, good offload to help get that try. So that was ideal. The other option there was very late was to bring in Mamazelos, who played the 9 role from the top with Benji coming in the back end of the game to finish it off. But 66 minutes for 44. He was also a half a decent cash out option. Let me know in the comments if you picked him up. I doubt that many would have, as he ended up being a pretty good option anyway. Tommy Burgess with a try, Shane Wright, Braden Burns not been an option. Hame Sele was a half decent option that people were thinking about. I had a few people in the comments that mentioned his name at 320k. Scored fairly well with 43, but again, he's not going to be getting any big minutes anytime soon. You can see why, he's gone up a little bit based on some of his scores, but he won't be a cash cow by any means, just to get that good score for him. But you had to pay 100k premium, which is really, really important to use that on getting a really top line gun player later on in the season, rather than using that extra 100k here to pick up someone who's going to be a cash out option. Tommy Dearden 41. If you picked him up, it's not the score you would want, but I think for him to score really well at the moment, his base is pretty solid. He's making good tackles and kick meters and stuff, but for him to do really well going forward, I think he needs to be on a winning team. And going from the Broncos and then into the Cowboys system, who are both really struggling at the moment, it's not really the ideal spot. I think he'll be hanging around this price, sort of 450 to 550 over the next the next long period here for the rest of the season, I would imagine. Colin Matangi with 41, again, just that this is where you're at with these types of players. So I think he's going to be needed to trade out next week at 550k. Kyle Feldt, Limu, sorry. So Blakey boy, got a try. That was a sneaky little try there. 3 tackle breaks, 4 negatives there, but 180 meters. So a solid game. Didn't have to do too much. I think he was pretty sharp, to be fair. Did what he needed to do in his first real game at fullback there. So if you picked him up, you've got an extra 6 points from on Savage. So we'll take that. Thankfully, Egg didn't go into my face on that one with Savage after talking up. Tafe is a better option, but he could have done a lot better for sure. So that's that there. And then for the rest of the guys, there's not really much to talk about apart from Campbell Graham, who we've spoke about as being a solid level keeper, and just nothing really went down his way. Only 87 meters, 17 tackles. It just wasn't really his night, unfortunately, for Campbell. But what do we think of that game, guys? It's just a bit of a bludger of a game, to be fair. 2 games like that so far tonight. Tonight's one's going to be a lot of fun. Roosters and Dogs not. I think I'm going to be doing a big same game multi for the Roosters. They should be able to win by 20, 30, you'd imagine so. So look at the people squad, guys. We're sitting with the 10 trades there. We picked up Lolo, which was good, and we had Blake. So I think the 2 players played so far. We got 5 to go with Verrills, Johnson, Walsh, Ramian, and Averillo there. But I just want to jump in and have a look at a couple of the guys that are ranked right up the top at this stage, heading into into the start of this round as to where they were set up. So they're obviously a lot higher in team value than us. It's sort of 900k up, which makes it hard for us to get anywhere near where they're going to be, for example. But this is a team they've put up this week, which is pretty solid to be fair as a start. Obviously, Louis got injured, which hurts him, but Lolo, 3, 5, 6, 7 players there isn't going to be too bad. I think that'll be something that's worth holding your rank there. Jackson and Johnson and Lolo, Tapau and CHN, all solid options. No real cash outs there, which is interesting to see that he hasn't cashed anyone out at all. So that's that one with the first team. I'm surprised they didn't do that, or maybe they're running out of trades. I think I said there's a couple of people up there that are, don't have many trades left that are in the sort of top 10. This one here has 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, this is before trades, or not everything's locked in until all the teams play. So maybe they improve from where they are, and same with that first team. They had 7. They might end up with a couple more. I doubt they're going to have any less. But yeah, this one has 4 in number 2, which is hurtful. Number 3, we're sitting with Rudolph, CHN, Johnson, Walsh, and that's it. So it looks like Harris might be getting traded, but we'll see on that one. What they're doing with these bunch of players here. So the amount of players that these guys do have is fairly low across the board. Lolo as captain. No, it'll be Lolo as vice, and then whoever's in the half he's going to be captain, which is probably Johnson, for example. So we'll say that they've brought Johnson in 1, 2, 3, Shoop 4, Walsh 5, and maybe 1 or 2 extras. So yeah, no one's really going to have too many, a very large amount of players. I think my team's pretty lucky with 9. And how should seeing Suwali gets not named in the 19, which is hurtful. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. Yeah, again, no team so far in the top 5 has more than 7 players playing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe 1 or 2 more. We'll see. But yeah, no one's gonna be up at that 10 barrier, guys. So just if you're thinking about that, don't be too stressed. This person has 5 at this stage. We'll go through all the top 10 and just to make sure where they're at. Fanua Blake, CHN, Averillo, Garrick, and Walsh for 5. So yeah, 5 there with possibility of a couple more. But just be wary of the amount of trades these guys can have. Look at these team values, 14.3. You can see they're basically filled with, the whole team's filled with guns now, which makes it very easy for them. This team has a couple of shorties, a couple of cash outs, I should say. But sitting there with Cleary and DCE, so they're going to have a real nice run home with all these guns that they have in their squad. But again, not too many playing in this week. And then last one, number 10, guys, is Bevan with the Dogs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6, maybe a couple more. So that's where the teams are at, guys. If you're sitting with that kind of amount, anywhere between 7, 8, 9, I think you're going to do well this week. If you're sitting with under 7, I think you're going to probably lose a couple of ranks. Anything 10 plus, I think you're going to kill it. So that's where we're at, guys. That's the Friday night preview, and we'll get ready for Saturday night's game and also Sunday. So hope you enjoyed this. Catch you in the next one, team. Bye bye.